So a third tool that we are sharing with students through advisory, and we're also embedding throughout our days, the upcoming weeks, is just some vocabulary for remote learning. So just some technology terms and what it looks like to help students. A lot of them are already familiar with some of these terms because they're very familiar with Google Classroom. It's something that they use in a hybrid setting, and that they'll also use in any, whether we're 100% on site or also 100% remote. So I will just scroll through this, but I will be posting the PDF version of this as well if this is something that you would like to go through with your student or print for them at home. So things like open Google Classroom, check the class stream, check the classwork tab. So like I said, these are things that students know how to do just from using Google Classroom every day in each class. I will also be making a Google Classroom tutorial for parents where I will go through some of these steps so that you also know how to access and do those things as well. Showing students how to open a new tab and refresh the page. So these are just very specific to their search engine. Like I said, students may already know how to do some of these, but in case they don't, just a good quick description with a visual of what that looks like. For specific assignments in Google Classroom, some areas that we have seen students struggle with in a hybrid model is just how to mark work as done or turn it in. So we also included a quick description and picture for their work, and when they click on a specific assignment, they can mark it as done or they can turn it in for their grade. So things that are marked as done just means that there's no attachment with it. There's no Google Form, no Google Doc, Google Slide, nothing like that. So they can just mark, it's almost like marking a task as done. Now, things that they have to actually turn in is when they have to submit their work, and it has, you can see the difference here. It has an attached Google Doc. It's something they actually have to get on and type in and complete. So just the difference between marking as done and turning in. That'll be something that I show you the difference on in my Google Classroom tutorial as well. So adding a private comment or adding a class comment. So students also know how to do this, but these are great tools to use. If they have a private comment, it just goes directly to the teacher. So if they have an assignment they're not sure about, they can always add a private comment and click send. I would actually recommend that they just directly email the teacher versus adding a private comment, because sometimes those can just get lost with all of the other notifications that teachers get from Google Classroom from all of their students. Class comments would be if they are having a discussion with other students, they can leave a class comment. Sometimes Google Classrooms have this disabled just because it's not a necessary component of the Google Classroom, but sometimes they can add a comment and have a discussion with a peer. And those are actually, those I'll also add that those are public. So the only time students can add comments are if teachers add an announcement or add an assignment and it shows up in their stream, it will give them the opportunity to add a comment. So those are public. It's not like they can be chatting with students, other students privately. It is visible. So showing students how to click on links when things turn up blue or underlined, they can click on that to open it. How to submit a Google form. So Google Forms are used pretty consistently in classes. How to send an email. So just really general things for students to do. Like I said, they probably already know how to do these things, but some of the things that I'm getting into may be new to them. So how to join their Google Meet, just giving them a visual. Teachers will be using either Google Meet or Zoom. It really depends on their class. Each video platform has different capabilities. And so the platform that fits what they need to do for their class is what the teacher will use. And so teachers are embedding this throughout their day in the upcoming, starting today for the upcoming weeks, of just students getting used to accessing Google Meet. And so hitting that Join Now button. And some of the different features. So these are things of, you know, how to mute or unmute, how to turn your camera on or turn your camera off. Google Meet does have emojis, so they can give a thumbs up or raise their hand during instruction. Students can share their screen. So the reason why they'd want to share their screen is if sometimes teachers do some one-on-one like tech troubleshooting. So they might say like, hey, share your screen so I can kind of see what you see and help you navigate through you know, to get to what you need to get to. Could also be a way if a kid is sharing, if a teacher wants a student to share their work as like an exemplary product, then they can share their screen that way too. So there's some different reasons why students would present now to be able to show other students their screen. There is a Google Meet chat, and so that is something that teachers can turn on or turn off. And so a lot of times teachers use that for students to be able to participate and give some answers, give some input, ask questions. And so that's a good feature to have as well. The next section of this, the third page, is just a Zoom. So how to join a Zoom meeting. So there will be links, and teachers will post their links in their Google Classroom stream. And so they will be able to click on that before class starts to join. If the teacher has selected that students cannot join before the teacher joins, which all of them will have that set up, they will just notice this screen right here of please wait for the host to start this meeting. So that's nothing to be alarmed about. It just means that they're a little bit early to class and that the teacher needs to start the Zoom. So sometimes students see this and they think they've done something wrong, but they haven't. They're just waiting on their teacher to start class. Some teachers also use the waiting room, which is a really great feature where teachers admit one student at a time. And so it really just allows for that quick, like, hey, how you doing? Glad to see you, and kind of that interaction with students as they start class. So some teachers use waiting room, and so that's another reason why this screen would pop up. Same with Google Meet, choosing mic and video, just where that's located on Zoom, so students will get to see and learn that. How to use different reactions in Zoom. There's different emojis that they can use. And then the last one is opening the Zoom chat. So being able to chat. The difference between Zoom and Google Meet, teachers can turn the Zoom chat on and off, but they can either chat privately, so directly to their teacher, or they can send out a chat to everyone in the class. So and this drop-down menu right here just allows them to do that. So students will see this guide and they will get this visual. It will be posted. It'll be in their Google Classroom. But I will also post the PDF for you as well if you would like to have this print a paper copy or even just review it with your student. We will post that in our newsletter and on our Facebook page. Thank you.